Hey guys, welcome back to another video over here on the Chinese Zodiac and horoscopes. Today we're going to be doing a reading for you guys born in the year of the Rooster. So let's see how my hen friends are cockle-doodle doing. Let's see if you've had an egg-sighting week or if it has been extremely something or other. I don't know. I'm trying to be funny. Let's Let's see what we've got for you guys this week as we shuffle these up. We move them around, up and down, and pick 3 out for you guys. Let's stop about there. I'm going to take that one from the bottom, we're going to take that one from the middle, we're going to take that one from the top. What have we got? Okay, so we've got 3 negatives there. 3 blacks, not looking too great, not looking too good. No whites there, but that's not to say that all these blacks are an attack. It's all about the compatibility when we flip them over. The first card we've got then is a black goat. Now the goat and the rooster, not the best of friends. They don't tend to get on very well. And it's a catalyst card, which is suggesting that something's coming to an end or something's starting to change. You know, something's different. And it's not necessarily something that's going to make you feel comfortable. In fact, it's going to make you very defensive. It's going to put you in a position where you're going to feel like you're going to have to set boundaries. You're going to have to start putting your foot down in some circumstances and saying, look, this needs to stop, or this needs to change. You may actually be the instigator of this change. You might actually be the one that can make the difference by voicing your concern where other people may have shied away from it. I think maybe this could have something to do with business or a workplace situation where potentially you're not appreciated as much as you could be. You're not appreciated, or it's almost like you're taken advantage of. And it gets to a point where everything's thrown onto your shoulders, thrust onto you. You're made to do this, or not made to do it, but you're expected to do this, you're expected to do that. And when you don't, you're then made to feel guilty for it. But it's not even your job to begin with. You get paid for a specific thing. You were hired to do a specific thing. Now you're being expected to do all these other things that aren't even your job. Are you getting paid extra? No. Are you getting praised? No. Are you getting, any sort of benefit from it? No. And if there's no benefit, then what is the point? What is the point? And even a benefit so small as just appreciation could go a long way. But I think if you voiced it, if you went up against this, if you said like, I'm not doing it, or I want a pay rise, or, I want a better position, I think you'd be surprised by the result. I think you would have the power to maybe sway a decision here or influence it. We've got the black tiger coming in here now, so emotionally we're kind of shutting off a little bit. Maybe that tiger is associated with almost like emotional sort of things, and the rooster and the tiger, they can be alike. They're both attracted to controversy, and they will take on hot issues. They're not afraid of a bit of constructive criticism, or a bit of a debate, if you like. They don't mind it. And I think this is where we're at here, where you're in a place of debate, you're hesitant, you're kind of thinking about your next move. It's an emotional time. It's something that's quite heavy for you to have to deal with, because again, there's so much strain in the other side of things. Like you've got all of this pressure elsewhere, which is unnecessary and unwarranted. And then you've got other things that matter to you. You've got things like, your family or your loved ones, your marriage to think about. You've got relationships and emotional commitments and different responsibilities that need to take some kind of priority. And maybe they're not. Maybe things are kind of broken down a little bit. Maybe you've only got around to dealing with these things. Maybe you've thrown yourself into work so much, and you've thrust yourself into this position of trying to compensate emotional baggage by putting yourself into a position at work where, or in a work-like place where you've done more than you should have done, and now that's become expected of you to the point where you're not wanting to do that anymore, but then that's seen as you not doing your job when it wasn't your job to begin with, if that makes sense. And all the while you've got this emotional kind of guilt almost that you're not focusing on family or focusing on other priorities. And with things like that on the mind, it's going to start to agitate you to a point where you could again get into a defensive place. You may even already be in that defensive place, because a black tiger would suggest a upset or a disagreement, or I don't want to say making a mountain out of a molehill, but you've definitely escalated a situation in your mind, or even if it's justifiable, even if there's a reason for it, but you've definitely gone to a point where this is now the big problem. It's the biggest problem that you need to deal with. It's escalated to that. The problem has grown and grown, and it's now becoming this issue. Got the Black Dragon coming in as well, which is a conflict card. Not your direct conflict card, of course. It is your soul card. It's a card that represents your soul path, your journey, your soul contract, whatever you want to see it as. It represents a path that you may have diverted from. You may have diverted from a path that you should be on, or you're not facing in the direction as you should be. And this is why you're up against what you're up against right now. Especially the emotional baggage, especially the sort of inconsistencies or the uncomfortabilities. This change of direction that has forced you into this situation, not just a working place, but just in general, you know, the working element of things, or not being appreciated potentially or possibly in a working environment. That's just one aspect of things. And then that tiger is the emotional baggage and stuff that is coming from another aspect of your life, you know, whether it's family or relationships or whatever. It's something that's emotionally now becoming more complicated as you move forward, as you're trying to juggle everything at once. And then we've got this Black Dragon coming in to suggest that it's because you're not on your path that you should be. You're not in a place that you should be in. You could be very much be forgiven if you strayed a little bit here, just out of curiosity or just out of unknowing, but eventually it's going to push you back around. It is going to become apparent that you don't belong here. It's like walking into a restaurant that only serves beef, but you're a vegetarian. Your options are literally only meat based, and that is it. Or go into an ice cream parlor and you're lactose intolerant and they don't have any dairy alternatives. You don't belong there, and as soon as you start sampling products, you're going to realize quite quickly that this place is not for you. That's not to say there isn't a place for you, it's just not right there. And you need to figure that out. And I don't think you changed this direction yourself. I think that maybe this direction was almost impossible to avoid. And now you're, as I say, out of curiosity or just out of temptation, you're wanting to explore more down this path that could end up, or will more than likely end up, with you tripping, falling, hurting yourself, and ending up back at the beginning all over again. Because you avoided that one little signpost that pointed you in the right direction a couple of miles back. And we'll find out how you get on with that next time, won't we? Next time we come back and do a reading for you guys born in the year of the Rooster. My next reading will be for those born in the year of the Dog. So if you're interested in what those guys are up to, I'll see you over there next. But if not, no worries. I'll just catch you in another reading for the Roosters next time. Thanks for watching. Love and peace.